Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna be doing something a little different. Really quick though, before I get into anything, you've seen the title already, so you know what the video is about, but I want to say thank you to my creepy patron peeps for supporting my channel. Thank you so much. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep, you can follow that link in the description. All right, so as you could have seen from the title, I have a new catchy little title, Hometown Horror. That's what I'm calling it for now. And we're gonna be talking about Robert the Doll. I thought I would do something a little bit different and maybe talk about some creepy stuff in real life, you know, urban legends, folklore, that sort of stuff, supernatural, haunty, ghosty bits. Yeah, Hometown Horror. I don't know if I stole that title from anywhere, but I don't know, it just, you know, just popped in my head. So I want this to be a kind of interactive sort of series too. So I want to hear about some like legends, like urban legends, folklore, famous hauntings or anything like that from your hometowns in the comment section. And then I'm going to pick one, research it, and then do a video on it. I thought that would be kind of fun. The first two videos I do on this will be from Florida, just so I have time to get some suggestions from you guys and research them, and then I can do videos on them. And then obviously I'll give credit to you for sharing the story with me. I just think these sort of stories are super fun. They are creepy, and a lot of times there's a whole lot of truth to it, which makes it even scarier. So I thought it would be fun to do that. So without further ado, let's get into a creepy story from good old Florida, where I'm from. All right, so I'm gonna introduce you to Robert the Doll. I feel like maybe some of you out there already know about Robert the Doll, but maybe some of you don't. I'm always surprised because I feel like Robert the Doll is kind of famous, but I'm always surprised when some people have said they haven't heard about him. So I'm gonna share it with you today in case you haven't. So Robert has been around for over 100 years now. He currently lives down in Key West, Florida at the Fort East Martello Museum, or Martello Museum. I'm not actually sure how you say it. Before all that, Robert the Doll belonged to Robert Eugene Otto, or Gene as he was called. Robert was a birthday gift for a young Gene from his grandfather, who bought the doll while he was on a trip in Germany. So according to the legend, Gene would place blame on Robert for small things like, you know, causing mischief, making a mess, that sort of thing, like normal things that kids do, you know, blaming it on a doll or blaming it on an imaginary friend, so on and so forth. Then things started to get weird. So Gene's parents often heard him talking to the doll, and not only talking to the doll, but getting responses back in a different voice. And there were also sightings apparently of Robert running up the stairs, and he was often seen from people on the street, and they saw Robert looking out the window at them. So once Gene was older and married, instead of giving away the doll to another child like maybe some of us might do, he decided to keep the doll, and which is not unnormal, but it gets weirder again. He decided that Robert needed his own room. So he set him up in one of the upstairs bedrooms, had a nice big window and a chair by the window. And Gene's new wife, Anne, obviously felt a little bit uneasy about this because it's a little bit creepy. So Anne convinced Gene to make Robert's room the attic, as I think a lot of us probably would have done. And Robert was not having any of that. There were reports of footsteps being heard in the attic, as if somebody were pacing back and forth. Sometimes they heard giggling from the attic, and school children who were walking by the house on their way to and from school also reported, again, seeing Robert sitting in the chair by the window in his original upstairs bedroom looking at them. Upon hearing that, Gene went to the attic to check and see if Robert was still there. And obviously he wasn't, so he goes to the upstairs bedroom where he had originally put Robert, and he finds Robert in the chair by the window. So even after Gene's death in 1974, others who encountered Robert the Doll all claimed that he was possessed, or there was something going on with the doll. And don't quote me on this, as far as I know, Robert the Doll had one other owner before it was finally donated to the museum, and the that owner also reported some weird goings on with the doll also. He was eventually donated to the Fort East Mortello/Morteo Museum in Key West, and that's where he has been since. So obviously, like with many creepy and haunted things, visitors flock to see Robert from all over. Not only that, museum staff have often reported hearing giggling again, and they also claim that Robert's facial expression changes also, which is terrifying to think about. Probably the most popular story that is surrounding Robert the doll at this point is his distaste for having his picture taken without permission, and his distaste in general for people talking shit about him and spilling the tea. He does not like that. So many have reported that their cameras become inoperable when they are around Robert and don't start working again until after they leave the museum. The museum also regularly gets letters of apology and candy and sort of gifts and things to Robert, because a lot of visitors will attribute post-visit misfortunes on Robert after failing to pay their respects or taking his picture without permission. To this day, there is still no real explanation why Robert is possessed. Perhaps it's a demonic presence, something like Annabelle maybe, or there are a lot of people that think it has something to do with voodoo. Most, like myself, are simply content to just believe that Robert is possessed and there's something going on with him, and we're just not gonna mess with that, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna say this for the record because I live in the same state as the doll. I mean this with the utmost respect, Robert. Yeah, please, I got no beef with you. All right, so there you have it. That's Robert the doll. That's a creepy story from my home state of Florida. Unfortunately, I didn't know about Robert the doll the one time that my family went down to Key West for a vacation, so I didn't go to the museum and see Robert, which I'm super disappointed about now, because now I really want to go. So if anybody is down for a road trip, hit me up. So please, please, please let me know about any like cool legends, folklore, hauntings, creepy stories from your hometown in the comment section down below so I can research them and then do videos on them. And let me know what you think of this idea. Did you love it? Did you hate it and not want me to do anymore? Let me know also. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here and become a creepy peep today. I post videos Monday through Friday. And you can ring that notification bell down there as well to be notified whenever I post a video. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay strange. Bye!